Allow me to perform a miracle of Christ. Based on the previous videos at which you may have been following up until this point, you may now see the last video being temptation in its arrival to now, which rises to the miracle that which Christ reattaches the ear of the wounded soldier, that which even the wounded soldier coming to hurt and arrest Christ, even in this wounded soldier not having or having their ear detached, such as not listening to your mind. In the mind, which is a feminine kingdom, all women are aware of this kingdom, which in said kingdom they are either careful or careless. In listening to said kingdom, you might find where said temptation is continuously being spoken by the mind of woman, that which is a partner you are seeking to arise to said occasion. In reattaching the wounded soldier's ear, Christ essentially allowed man to regain the ability to listen within said mind. What is said mind currently telling you in order to arise to said occasion? And this process only occurs in the presence of God, a woman. And in the presence of God, a woman, if you as a man may learn to listen or reattach your ear, you may once again find where you may arise to said occasion, resulting in you being given your family, your house, your animals, and your land, that which now your garden, you may give a potential future, a better life to said garden by simply identifying where God sits. Where God sits is the throne of God. And in the throne of God, it is not the individual themselves, individually being the all ever-knowing God, but within each individual is within the all-knowing God. And in the woman is the temptation arising man to come to said occasion, to experience God's grace, to be given after he work, and in the demand of his work, he is then given a family, a house, animals, and his land, which change the raising of his future in his family. At the familial level, we return to a more Christ-like experience. Christ being the Word, that which if you listen to said Christ, may experience and find within yourself where you need to arise to as a man. God is continuously asking you as a man, will you rise to said occasion in the form of temptation? Ultimately, what changes said world is the moral compass of man that does the work God demands of him. Even at the level of a godlike being, we then enter a new layer above God, known as a Titan. You find Titans in the universe as foundational pillars. Pardon me. At these particular foundational pillars, you might find different Titans upholding said pillars, holding said world upon their shoulders. Said shoulders may essentially hold a cross. In the ascension, in order to achieve a continuous evolutionary ascension, no matter the stage in the universe, you simply arise to a new plane. In order to create this process, only the few may be given a judgment if they pursue the demand of their work. A Titan alters generations, because from one woman and one man you may create lineage throughout thousands of years, which from one man and one woman each you may create thousands of years of lineage. The moment we learn to respect life, you may see in yourself the thousands of lineage in years of lines that may come from you, whether a patriarch or matriarch, of said thousands of years of individuals, of people, humans, resulting in you holding upon your shoulders the world of the weight's decisions, or the weight of the world's decisions, pardon me. Upon holding said weight, you are now pinned, resulting in the wrestling match with God being finished in session. And upon you once again arising to a new occasion, you may see a new forthcoming, which this forthcoming has cyclical patterns. At the forthcoming, we essentially see a shift in human consciousness, resulting in said human consciousness once again re-entering the religious. and the religious relives once again Christ. Thank you.